In this video, I will compare the two Microsoft data engineering exams, meaning DP-203 and DP-700 exams, to show how these exams are different and where do they overlap and how do skills from one exam transfer to the other exam. And I will cover which of these exams is a better choice from a career perspective. Also in this video, I will give you a very valuable tip for both of these exams that could give you a ton of points when taking them. This video will be very helpful if you are planning to take either of those exams or have already taken one of them and now considering taking the other one. So stay tuned. Welcome to the video. My name is Aleksi and on this channel I cover Microsoft Fabric and Azure related topics. And today we're diving into one very hot topic, that is DP-203 exam versus DP-700 exam. Let's start with the basics. The DP-203 exam has been around for many years already and it is called Data Engineering on Microsoft Azure. And passing this exam gives you the Azure Data Engineering Associate certification. The DP-700 exam is the new kid in town, and this exam is called Implementing Data Engineering Solutions using Microsoft Fabric, and passing this exam gives you the Fabric Data Engineering Associate certification. And as we can already tell from their names, the DP-203 exam focuses on Microsoft Azure Data Engineering, while DP-700 exam focuses on Microsoft Fabric Data Engineering. Before we start to compare both of these exams, let's go briefly through how the Microsoft Azure differs from Microsoft Fabric environment in data engineering perspective. Let's start with Microsoft Azure. That is Microsoft's cloud platform that provides wide range of services, mainly in platform as a service fashion. On this platform, you build and manage your data engineering solutions using Azure services like Data Factory, Synapse Analytics, Databricks, etc. In this platform as a service setup, you have more control over how things are configured and connected, but you also need to manage some of the infrastructure like scaling and networking. It is flexible and powerful, but it requires expertise and effort to combine the right tools for your needs. Microsoft Fabric, on the other hand, is a fully managed software service that offers similar tools and functionalities that Azure Data Engineering stack, but by wrapping those tools and functionalities into one software package. Everything works together seamlessly, so you don't need to worry about setting up or connecting different services that much. It's designed to make analytics and data workflows simpler and faster. Next, let's outline the scope of both of these exams to see what kind of skills are needed to pass each exam and where do they overlap skill-wise. Let's start with this initial picture that describes data platform in a very simplified fashion with only the essential elements, since these are the same in Azure and Fabric when building data engineering solutions. First, we have some sources from which we fetch the data, and for getting that data we need some tools that will handle that ingestion and processing. Then that data has to be stored somewhere on that platform, and thus we have some data stores. In a real-world data platform, we typically have multiple layers of data stores and processing happening between those data stores that then refines the data further. And even though this kind of flow is not seen in this picture, you should be familiar with that kind of data flow architecture at some level before taking either of these exams. But let's keep this picture very simple. Then some programming knowledge is required to develop those data solutions. Also, administration and governance are an important part of data engineering and data architecture in general, and there are elements about that in both exams. Now let's start to fill in this picture to see what kind of tools and things we need to be familiar with in both exams. Let's start with the DP-203 exam, meaning covering the parts of Microsoft Platform as a Service data engineering stack that is in the scope of that exam. Before we can ingest any data, we need to have some sources for our data. Here I have added some common data sources like SQL databases, storage accounts, ERP systems, Amazon S3 buckets, APIs, and IoT sensors that data engineers could have to deal with in a real-world data engineering scenario. Then the next step would be ingesting and processing that data that comes from these sources. In the DP-203 exam scope, we have quite many Azure tools that can be used for these tasks. Let's start with Azure Data Factory. That is an excellent tool for fetching data from various sources and also doing transformations to that data. Azure Data Factory is also an excellent tool for orchestrating the entire data pipeline, since it can integrate well with other Azure tools like Azure Databricks, that is the next tool that we have here. This tool offers notebook-based interface that offers great flexibility to data processing, and it utilizes this very powerful data processing engine called Spark. Next, we have a tool called Azure Synapse Analytics that combines features from Azure Data Factory and Databricks to one single product. In some cases, data engineers need to build pipelines that process streaming data, and for that purpose we have Azure Event Hub, that is this very powerful streaming service that can stream millions of events per second. This tool is commonly combined with Stream Analytics that can process data streams and do transformations for streaming data. And here we have data ingestion and processing tools that are part of the DP-203 exam. Next, we have the data stores in that exam. The first data store is the Azure Storage account that can be used to store many kinds of data, and it is very typical choice as a data store in a modern lakehouse architecture. Then, as another data store in this exam, we have Azure Synapse Analytics SQL pool that is quite similar to a traditional SQL database what comes to the user experience. Then, for using all of these services, we need some programming languages, and in the scope of this exam, we have SQL, Python, and Scala, and you should at least know the basics of each language before taking this exam. And since this exam is not entirely about building cool data pipelines, it has some administrative and governance stuff as well. This exam covers things related to access and security like Azure RBACs or role-based access controls, data lake ACLs or access control lists. Then you need to know some network security basics like secure endpoints. Then some data protection things like data masking, encryption, and retention. Also, data pipeline version control is part of the exam scope as well. Then lastly, you need to know some things about monitoring and setting up alerts for your data solutions. And here we have roughly the scope of DP-203 exam. Next, let's move to DP-700 exam and let's use the same template for it. First, let's add some data sources that we had previously. Then let's cover the data ingestion and processing tools that are in the scope of this exam. Let's start with the data pipeline tool that can be used to ingest data from various sources. Then as a next tool we have notebooks in Fabric that allow doing data transformations using code-based logic. Then we have UI-based low-code transformation tool called Dataflow Gen 2, and for streaming data in Fabric we have Event Stream tool that allows processing data streams near real time. Also, one very powerful feature in Fabric is the capability to virtualize data, which means that we only show the data via Fabric without bringing in the physical data there. The main way of doing that virtualization in Fabric is to use shortcuts. Another powerful data integration method in Fabric is the mirroring that can be used to mirror databases and data sources to Fabric and have that data available there near real time. And here we have Fabric's data engineering tools that are in the scope of DP-700 exam. Then in Fabric we have three main data stores that are Lakehouse, Data Warehouse, and KQL database. All of these store the underlying data in Delta Parquet format to Fabric's one lake, but offer a different interface for accessing that data. For using all of these Fabric resources, knowledge of few programming languages is required in this exam. And in the case of DP-700 exam, those are SQL, Python, and KQL. And as we can see, SQL and Python are required for both of these exams, so by learning those, you are preparing for both exams. Then we have some administrative and governance related things in this exam as well. First, this exam requires you to know the basics of workspace management and settings and endorsing different Fabric items. Then some version control and deployment knowledge are needed. Also, access control is part of this exam as well, and some data protection measures like data masking. Monitoring and setting up alerts are also required in this exam. And here we have the overall scope of the DP-700 exam. And as we can see, at least on the conceptual level, we have quite many similarities in these exams. And the excellent thing is that these similarities don't just end on the conceptual level, since many tools used in these exams are very similar, if not almost identical copies of each other. Soon I will demonstrate two of those tools to you and give you a hot tip that could give you a ton of points in both of these exams. But before we do that, I would like you to know that I spent a ton of my free time creating these videos for you. And that's why I would like you to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Microsoft Fabric and Azure data engineering content. It doesn't cost you anything, and I would highly appreciate that. Also, if you'd like to support the channel with a small donation, you can do so by using the Buy Me a Coffee link that can be found in the description. But now let's talk about that hot tip, which is that in both of these exams you will be able to access Microsoft Learn documentation. It seems that many people are not realizing this for some reason, since this is still a quite new thing for intermediate and advanced Microsoft certification exams. When doing the actual exam, you have this bar on your left hand side, and there one of the buttons will take you to Microsoft Learn, and there you are able to search answers for questions in the exam. However, it is good to keep in mind that your time in the exam is quite limited and you don't have time to find answers to all the questions from the documentation. Thus, I will give you my best strategy how to use the documentation in the exam. First, I would answer to every question in the exam. Even if I would be very unsure about my answer, I would still put in my best guess and then just flag that question using the flagging feature. Then after I have answered to every question, I would go back to those questions that I have flagged and then start to browse through the documentation to seek for the correct answer. By using this strategy, you will make sure that you don't run out of time and possibly miss answering to some easy questions that you could be getting right anyway without using the documentation. And now let's compare some tools between these exams to see which tools are very similar in both of the exams, so you can get a better idea how do your skills transfer from one exam to the other. The tool that I have open here is the Azure Data Factory, which is this low-code, no-code tool that allows doing data integrations and transformations. This tool is being used by dragging and dropping these kind of activities or nodes to this pipeline canvas and then configuring them and building your data pipeline. Then on Fabric side, we have this data pipeline tool that is almost an identical copy of Azure Data Factory, which means that if you learn one of these tools, you are able to pick up the other tool very easily as well. Then another example that we have here is the Databricks, that is this notebook-based data transformation tool that allows doing data transformations using Spark and the languages that are supported in Spark. On Fabric side, we have the notebook functionality that is basically the same functionality we have in the Databricks. So we have these notebooks, and here we can also select different languages that we can use with Spark. And the same code works here, which means that if you learn one of these tools, picking up the other tool is very easy since these tools are very similar. And you can basically do the same things and write the same code in both of these tools. So, which of these exams is the smarter choice when thinking about data engineering career? For now, I would say that the DP-203 exam is a better choice since many companies have built their data platforms to Azure and are in a desperate need for new data engineers to help with their data needs. However, in my opinion, Microsoft Fabric is the future of data engineering in the Microsoft domain, and thus taking the DP-700 exam will future-proof your career and offer great opportunities when companies start to adapt Fabric. And like I showed to you, many tools and skills needed in both exams are very much applicable to the other exam as well. Also, there have been rumors floating around the internet forums like Reddit that DP-203 exam will retire at some point. I will be very surprised if Microsoft will do this move, since a lot of data engineering will be still happening in Azure for years to come, and it is good to have a dedicated certification for that. At least the skills you learn in the DP-203 exam won't be obsolete in near future, trust me on that. But just keep these rumors in mind and observe how does the Microsoft certification domain will change and evolve over time. And if you would like to learn one of the most essential tools in the DP-203 exam, Azure Data Factory, check out my over 3-hour long course on that tool. And if you're planning to take the DP-700 exam and would like to learn the data pipeline tool in Microsoft Fabric, you can go through my over 3-hour long course on that. Now I thank you for watching and see you in the next video.